Hello again and welcome. Last episode, I spoke with instructional designers Paloma, Amie, and Lori about the cognitive load theory. Moving on, this episode I will be continuing my conversation with them on cognitive science in learning and development, discussing interweaving and building on a learner's experience. I also wanted to touch on interweaving subject matter. So can you talk to me a little bit about what interweaving different subject matter would entail? And also, can you explain the difference between interweaving subject matter and multitasking?
Sure. Well, interweaving is actually a very practical application of spaced learning. It's a really good technique for revisiting previously learned information. Multitasking is different. It happens when you split your attention or your focus on more than one thing at a time. That actually slows down the learning process. The truth of the matter is only a few small proportion of people can actually pay attention to two stimuli at one time. So when we switch between different tasks, it overloads our working memory and our long-term memory, thus making it harder to learn, and we are actually losing learning time. Well, interweaving is the process of when we take previously learned skills and we build them into new or current topics that are being studied. When we do this, learners can apply their prior knowledge to the new context. By doing so, the learner is given additional spaced learning practice benefits as well. Interweaving different subject matter during training enhances memory formation. When we revisit or connect to prior knowledge, it helps to move the information from the short-term or working memory into long-term retrieval.
Can anyone think of an example of that?
I mean, I'm just thinking back project-wise.
Of course, yeah.
Okay. So with the previous client we had in healthcare, just remembering doing their orientation, they had multiple topics that needed to be hit, and they were very different topics. But the one thing was, their culture and communication process that they wanted, which, they wanted constant communication, they wanted teamwork, they wanted a level of care. And that throughout the course, we interwove into every single subtopic and how it applied and how we could pull that all together as a whole. So instead of topic by topic and the piecemeal, we had that as our interweaving process.
Personally, have you found that there's a benefit to interweaving subject matter during the learning process?
There's absolutely a benefit, because anytime that we can revisit material that has been previously taught or exposed to students, it gives them a better opportunity to, again, practice spaced learning, where they're revisiting the information once again that was taught maybe, a day ago, a week ago, a month ago, a quarter ago. And it keeps the information fresh and new and helps them to move it into long-term memory. When we, in a classroom, for example, do things like warm-ups where we, at the beginning of a lesson, when we are, starting to engage the learner, we always want to have a hook, and we want to make sure that we are not only getting their attention, but that we're also connecting it to prior knowledge or prior experiences. And so that's a great opportunity to do what we call scaffolding or spaced learning.
Well, again, thank you all for sharing your insights on interweaving and building on a learner's experiences. In our next episode, we'll be talking about the primacy and recency effect. Until next time.